Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis. Hello, hola, bonjour, hey y'all. My name is Merc. Welcome back to the Narc Alert Reacts. Well, happy Monday, and what a great start to the week. We have finally got an upload from Amberlynn. After almost a month absence, Amber has finally graced us with a video. Now, it's 20 minutes long, and she doesn't say a whole lot, but it will be interesting to have a look nonetheless. And to help us today, we've got the emotional support. Rio is here, looking ever so cozy in his royal blue blanket. So, I don't have much to say. Let's just have a look and see what Amber had to say to us on Saturday night. Alright, Amber uploaded Saturday night, and it's called We Need to Talk. Now, spoiler alert, you know I've seen this. We did a rage stream in the Discord. I don't remember, of course, a lot of it, and I'm going to speed it up because I recall it's a lot of talking, and it's a lot of talking slow. So, before we even start, I'm going to crank the speed up a little bit. We'll start at 1.25, and you never know where we'll go from there. Alright, Ambi, let's take it away.
Hello, welcome to a new vlog. I know I like to point out the obvious, but my hair is a mess. She is super frizzy. I do have a lot of hairs growing back, so that makes it even more frizzy. Hello, welcome to a new video. Can you guys believe it? Because I don't even know if I can. So I actively...
Hang on. First of all, visual treat for the eyes. No. Girl's looking bad. Girl's looking swollen. I don't know what this horrible shirt is she's wearing, but like the shoulder, you know when there's a seam on the shoulder that's supposed to sit on the top of your shoulders? And for her, it's sitting way down here, which means her boobage must be barely struggling to stay encased in that shirt. Someone said put on a bra during the rage stream, and I gotta say, sadly, she's actually wearing one. The hair. Why do you have to make a... why can't these people just clean themselves up before they turn their camera on? It's your job. Would you go to work looking like that? Because that's exactly what you're doing here. And finally, I don't think your hair is frizzy because it's new hair growing back. New hair growing back is frizzy. It's not like a frizzy baby head. Amber, what the hell? Your hair isn't frizzy because it's growing back. It's just not very healthy.
I don't know where my tripod is. I'm gonna set you guys on some markers.
Look, you can see she's got her bra. Oh, good lord. The bra is there. And of course she doesn't know where her tripod is. Why would you know where your tripod is? It's only a vital piece of equipment for your job, Amber.
We have a little wetness right here because I just refilled the animal's water. So on days that Tommy works, especially, like, I have the same like morning routine. I'll wake up, take the dogs out, refill dog food, water. It's just like every day, just my go-to. They say that it takes 21 days to...
Why does she say that like it's some kind of accomplishment? I get up, I feed my pets, it's my go-to. Yeah, it should be your go-to. They're your goddamn pets. That's part of the deal you sign on when you have a pet, is to feed them every day. It's not a big accomplishment, Amber. It's what you're supposed to do. Good Christ.
Form a habit. I can see that being a thing for sure. It's just back at home in Oklahoma, like, my routine is just a little bit different. So having to form another routine, you know, here in Wisconsin is a little hard because it's like I lived alone for a full year. So now it's like different routines for different...
And apparently she explains it later, but I was personally very distracted by this large lump on her breast. Like, and this video, be forewarned, is just constant hiking up those boulders. Constantly. She just like, all the time, like she's a football player. Amber, it's just... God, the optics.
Different places. By the way, I finished.
And it's not that hard, your morning routine from Wisconsin, Oklahoma to Wisconsin. You just said this is your morning routine when Tommy has gotten up and gone to work, so you're in the house alone. How is it that different from when you were alone? Girl, you get up, you eat, and feed the animals. You don't clean yourself, so that's not part of the routine.
I'm actually working on the Camaro. Oh wait, I told someone that I was doing the Corvette or Corvette. What is it called? I don't do cars.
Corvette.
But this is a Camaro.
You know, make sure to put on your dosé before you get in your Corvette.
Oh, I told someone. Oh, I knew you guys were gonna fall. I knew it's gonna happen. I saw on
your
Instagram
tripod.
that I was doing the Corvette, but no, I'm doing the Camaro. I'm sorry, I got my cars confused. Look at that. And then I also completed the Mona Lisa. Isn't that so cute? I feel like this will look good in Tommy's living room, so I was like, you can have it. I don't know what it is. Like, I really wanted to be the type of girly pop that did the Legos, completed them, and kept them. But it's like, I have done so many that I feel like I need like a designated.
You did the Mona Lisa Lego, and she's gonna let Emily hang that art in her living room. She thinks it's worth hanging because it's a Lego of an art piece. She's so funny. Also, this whole crap about the Legos, she's talking about how many hundreds she's made and how she doesn't keep them. We know she just gives them, she doesn't even give them away to kids. She just throws them away or gives them to Goodwill or whatever. But you know what I was thinking when she does, like, Amber, when you're done the Lego, why don't you take a nice photo of it? You could have a photo album of all your completed Legos, or, you know, if you really want to be extra, you could print them out and put them in pictures of your Lego gallery.
Needed area, like a designated room, like a Lego room.
You don't need a museum for your Legos.
Yes, it's a lot, but it's more so about the building of it versus the keeping of it, because it's like, okay, once I'm done with this Camaro, like, cool, it's cute, it's fun, it's fresh, but it's like, me building the object is more.
It's cool, it's fun, it's fresh. It's cool, it's cute, it's fun, it's fresh. We should make merch like that. It's cool, it's fun, it's cute, it's fresh. It's just a Lego car, Amber. It's not fresh. There's nothing fresh about that.
Enticing than keeping the object, but if I had the option, girl, I'd have every single Lego I've ever done. I'd have a little museum of Legos. Like, I wish, but it hasn't been that way. And like, if in the future I do get like a Lego room or a spot to have all my Legos, I'm telling you, I will redo every Lego I've ever.
Why couldn't you put the Legos on a wall in your office? There's no reason why you couldn't have kept all those Legos. I know some of them were gigantic, but not all of them. You could have kept some of them, or like I said, take a photo of them when you're done.
We're done, and that's okay. Some hobbies are expensive, and this is one that is expensive, and I'm okay with that fully. I feel like there's so much that I need to like explain and talk to you guys about, and it's just like too much to do in one video. So I don't know, I need to make a list, like not me looking around for a piece of paper. I need to make like a list and just write down, okay, so I need to talk about these points, I should do them in these.
You have 37,000 journals. Why wouldn't you have already made a list? You know, before every live stream, I make a little list of points that I want to talk about. I think most streamers do. I think most people who make videos write scripts. Reacting is different. It's kind of an off-the-cuff thing, but when you have a video, you... Look at who I'm talking to.
These specific videos, because it's just a lot. It's just a lot. I think specifically for this video, like...
What are we getting, Amber?
I shouldn't have to explain that I'm having mental health issues. I really am. And I look back at a year ago, and I was also having pretty bad mental health issues around.
I wanted to check this, and I didn't check this. I should have checked this. I guess what she's going to tell us here is, despite appearances, she's struggling. So even though we just see her drinking and partying and having a good time, she's actually struggling. And here, even though she's putting on a brave face and she's totally in love, she's really struggling. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Is she depressed or not? She could be. I don't know why she wouldn't be. Of course, she's also still in the honeymoon period and in love and on a visit with her, the soft love, the best love of her life. I know you can be depressed and two things can exist at once. I totally get that. But I would imagine at the honeymoon period of her relationship, it would be really weird to be depressed. And here's another thing. How about Emily? Do you think Emily knew what she signed up for? You know, Emily's other partner, who was a big girl, didn't live with her. She lived in healthcare. She was in some place where they were taking care of her. Now she's got, Amber's a big one, and she's got Amber on the couch. Well, in the chair in the dining room. Where she's just sitting there all day waiting for Emily to come back from work, and she's depressed. And she's stopped bathing. Emily, are you really glad you moved her in on date 1, I bet, right?
Around this time of year.
And again, this is why you don't move in with people on a first date.
I like to reflect. I'm very much a reflector, and I think that's why I do a lot of journaling. I reflect. I like to understand the way I feel. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's because I grew up in and out of like group homes.
No, it's because you're a self-centered narcissist and your favorite hobby is you and talking about you and looking at you and singing about you and getting in the shower and doing an interpretive dance about you. That's why. Don't start pulling out this feel sorry for me victim I was in foster care, because I'm pretty sure your foster care experience probably wasn't horrible. I mean, clearly not the option you want for any child. I'm not saying that. She clearly had a hard life. You can't deny that she had struggles. But I don't think the foster care was one of them, or we would have heard a whole bunch of story times about it by now, and she can't say anything about it. I think because it wasn't bad.
Children's shelters, and very much when you're in that setting, they love a good, like, let's express ourselves. Let's sit in a group, go around in a circle, and express yourself. So I grew up expressing myself a lot. I grew up with so many therapists, like, because when you're in foster care, like, that's what you do. Like, you're almost obligated to see somebody.
Hoist them up, girl.
And so I'm very accustomed to expressing.
You know what's sad is when she's hoisting them, they're still laying on her stomach. Girl, you're in your 30s. I mean, I've got the long boobs. I own it. I'm 61 years old. I've earned the long boobs. At your age, your boobs shouldn't be laying on your stomach, Amber.
See myself, but like, I'm not very accustomed to people actually caring, and that's like the sad reality. Like, there are good foster parents out there. There are good foster situations.
Yeah, you had one probably.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was in a good group home. Like, it was an all-girls group home. I was there for about 2 years, and still to this day, there are girls I lived with there that I still communicate with, and staff members. That was a good point in my life. It truly was. But the children's shelter, no. I had fun times there. It was like a slumber party constantly. But the staff there, they didn't care.
She's I feel like she disrespects a lot of people when her retelling of her own experience is bullshit. You know, it's like, remember we looked at that cancer faker a while ago, and she was posting videos about, I just had chemo and I'm going for a 6-kilometer run. And she had other people who were going through the same thing looking at their phones going, what's wrong with me? Look at this girl, how well she's doing and I'm not? Because they were doing what they should have been doing and she was lying. I feel the same way about when she does this. I'm guessing for most people, foster care isn't a constant slumber party experience. So by her saying that, you know, Amber, there could be some kid in foster care watching you, and they're wondering why their foster care isn't a constant slumber party experience. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, and I don't believe you're still in touch with staff members from the group home. I don't. I've worked in community social service settings, and yes, you become close with your clients and you care about them, but when they're gone, they're gone. They're not your friends. They're clients. I don't believe it. I just don't.
It didn't feel like they cared. They were there to make their money, and that was that. So it's like, yeah, I was taught to express myself, but no one ever heard me. No one ever was actually listening or caring. And that's just like kind of how I feel too sometimes with like YouTube, is like I'll sit here and express and explain, and it's like, is anyone actually listening? Is anyone actually hearing me? I reflect back to a year ago, and I was turning to alcohol, and I was living on my own for the first time. It was just like a lot, and it was heavy, and I was turning to alcohol thinking that's what was going to make me feel better, and I was just really depressed. And like I would come on YouTube.
You know, it was a lot, and it was heavy. I didn't have a partner to live with. It was a lot. It was heavy. Amber, you were living alone. Millions of people live on their own. Some of us actually quite enjoy it and wouldn't even want someone else to live in our space. I know I'm not alone in that. But, you know, girl, you're so dramatic. It's not dramatic. It's so heavy. Oh my god, it was so dark and heavy period in my life. I had to turn to the balls of buzz to try and make it through my day. Girl, stop.
YouTube, and sometimes I would share that, or sometimes I would just like have a fake persona, because I didn't want to be that person that would constantly come on here and be like, I'm depressed, I'm sad, look at me cry, look at me have a mental breakdown.
No, that's not what it was. That's not what it was. I swear to God, you're a narcissist. The reason you wouldn't come on the camera and be honest and genuine is because it made you look weak. And you didn't want... you wanted to say to the haters, I can live alone just fine. I'm perfectly fine living alone. You guys thought I'd fail and I'm doing great. That's exactly why you didn't let us see honestly that you were struggling with the process of learning to live alone. And again, that would have been a valuable thing to show people, because that's exactly what people expected. Because everybody knows that's a difficult transition. If you've always lived with roommates or family and you go to live alone, that is a difficult transition, and some people hate it. Other people love it. But it would have been nice of you to show the genuine experience instead of the little narc always having to put up the perfect mask. I knew you weren't... I knew there was something sus about how well you were doing living alone.
And I've done that a lot on YouTube.
Such a lie.
I'm just fully transparent and I cry. I open up about my anxieties. What was it that I said that people really like to bring up? Mental things is scary. In that clip, I was having so much anxiety that like...
What was it I said that everybody loved? Oh, right. Oh my God, I'm so funny. Mental things is scary. Remember that thing I said that everybody loved? God, you're a narc.
The world was just heavy on my chest. And that's just a prime example of like times where I really did come on here and just like...
The world was heavy on your chest because you were sitting in the parking lot of the ER after going in to find out about having a heart attack. There's a lot of heavy on your chest, Amber. We don't have to go there.
And I told myself that I wasn't going to do that this time. Because when I do that, like, it's never... I'm not going to say never.
Seriously, look at her. How is she not afraid? Girl, you're a walking stroke waiting to happen. I don't know how she's not terrified. Do you think she lies in bed at night and gets scared? Sometimes I do. You know, I think most of us do on occasion. Have fears of your own mortality. I mean, sometimes I'll be lying in bed and I'll feel my heart beat a little harder. And it'll scare the shit out of me because I think I'm not going to make it till the morning. But, you know, I will and I'm fine. That's not a heart attack. But, you know, it's a human thing we all do. Do you think she lies in bed at night and worries about dying? Because really she should. God.
I talk in a lot of absolutes. And I need to learn how not to do that because not everything is an absolute. It's just how it is. There is always like a gray area in most situations. I was about to say, like, I was never met with like kind ears. I was never speaking to kind hearts. But that's not true. There are a lot of you who do watch me and care about me. And those people, like, I appreciate you more than you know. And I hear you and I see you, but sometimes it's so...
Stop addressing the haters because people that watch your videos don't know who you're talking to. You can't keep saying, oh, that's not for the people who love me. Because it just doesn't work that way, Amber. Why can't you figure that out?
Hard through all the noise. And that's just reality. It's truly reality. So I told myself this time, like, okay, Amberlynn, you feel yourself slowly getting into a weird, depressed headspace.
Why?
And normally I would share that with YouTube. And I told myself, I'm just going to disappear instead. And I shouldn't have.
So she went all the way to Wisconsin with her big bag and her 5 perfumes and moved in with Emily and got depressed. You know, I don't really feel sorry for Emily, but I kind of feel sorry for Emily. You know what I mean? Oops. Come on back, big girl.
I've done that. I know I shouldn't have. A lot of you were worried, and I think that's why I went onto Instagram. It's because, like,
oh God, the Instagram.
I felt bad because it's like I upload pretty frequently, and I'm part of people's routines.
Again,
whether for good or bad.
No, you didn't go on Instagram because You wanted to make sure we all kept our routine. That's not why you went on Instagram. You went on Instagram to feed your narcissistic fire because you weren't uploading videos and you weren't getting your fuel from anywhere, and Emily's goddamn working all the time and you had nothing else to do. And that's why you went on Instagram. Quite frankly, I find that, I don't know, I wish I knew a mental health professional that I could talk to about this, but I think there's something, quite frankly, concerning about sitting on Instagram and answering hundreds of questions about yourself and only yourself all day, every day, in and out. I don't understand how that's helping your depression. It's weird. I feel like that's not right. I don't know how to put it. Concerning. Why do I keep doing that? I apologize.
And it's just like I just disappeared. And I think what might have also triggered it so hard is like I have been in like
Hoist 'em.
a high, you know, when you first fall in love and like things are so good and you're like going out and you're hanging out with friends and you're doing things that like you don't normally do and you're just like literally having the time of your life and you're so happy, and like mental health like takes away that like high, that super high of happiness and just like that great feeling. When that was taken from me, it was like I hit like a rock. I hit like a bottom, and I have done so much crying.
I like that one. When that was taken from me. So what she's saying here is that because she's depressed, it ended the honeymoon period of her being in love with Emily. That's why the honeymoon period doesn't exist anymore. It's not her fault. It's because her mentals are so bad that the depression crept in and stole that from her.
Like, I am with Tommy. I am with someone that I love, but I feel so depressed. And it's like, it's not fair because it's like, I'm getting people,
you know,
on Instagram, because I was doing these Q&As on there, I was getting people on there saying like, if you're so happy with Tommy, then why are you depressed? Two things can coexist at the same time. I just feel like
two things can coexist at the same time, but I'm going to tell you, when she mentions Tommy's name, I call her Emily, when she mentions her partner's name, her face doesn't light up. Now, I would think even if you're depressed and struggling, but you're in love and you've been there for 3-4 weeks with your new partner, your face would still light up a little bit. You should still, like, if you're telling us that two things exist at once, then you should still be able to express absolute love and joy about Tommy and express that you are completely feeling depressed and overwhelmed at the same time. But let's look back, and when she mentions Tommy's name, her face is flat affect. It's kind of weird.
People on Instagram, because I was doing, and it's someone that I love.
Here.
And when that was taken from me, it was like I hit like a rock. I hit like a bottom.
I love that.
And I have done so much crying.
Watch her
like,
face when she says Tommy.
I am with someone that I love.
Did you see that?
But I'm so much crying. Like, I am with Tommy. I am with someone that I love.
She had a small smile.
But I feel so depressed. And it's like, it's not fair because it's like, I'm getting people on Instagram, because I was doing these Q&As on there, I was getting people on there saying like, if you're so happy with Tommy, then why are you depressed? Two things can coexist at the same time. I just feel like mental health isn't black and white, and it was just easier for me to like live without filming my life for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. It felt safe.
Okay, drama. You don't really film your life for thousands and thousands and thousands of people. You put your phone on yourself making a Lego. You put your phone on yourself putting on your makeup for 3 minutes. You give us 10-minute chunks of your life. You're not filming your life. Okay, sit down, Truman Show. That's not what you're doing. So take it easy with that. The other thing is, maybe go to therapy and get on some medication. Instead of sitting there, Amber the Hut, in somebody else's house, wallowing in your own filth and depression every damn day, go and do something about it. And if Emily/Tommy, the bloody nurse, isn't encouraging you to get into therapy right now, like yesterday, then there's a problem there, okay? There's a problem with your soft love if she's not pushing you to go to the goddamn doctor.
For to me to just disappear. And
no,
I do
go to therapy.
Slowly feel myself getting like out of this like weird depressed headspace. I do feel that.
Go to therapy.
And it's just like I have BPD, and that's been
go to therapy.
Like hectic on like it's just been hectic. It's not fair that like I have these things while I'm trying to just like be happy and just live.
Oh, shut the fuck up. It's not fair that I have these things. You are one of the most entitled human beings on the planet. You know that just out of living in North America, you're in the top 5% earners on the planet, no matter what your job is? So Amberlynn, quite conceivably, is in the top 1% earners of the fucking planet, okay? You don't have to go to work. You don't have to take care of anybody. You make money from doing virtually nothing. All you gotta do is put up with a lot of hate and criticism, which I don't get, but that's your choice. This is the path you chose. You have destroyed your body with food, and yet you suffer very few seeming consequences from it. And you're gonna sit here and tell people that life isn't fair? To you? To you? Do you know what your audience goes through? Because I know what my community goes through, and pretty much all of them, their lives are a hell of a lot more challenging and harder than yours. You are a lazy, self-entitled, lazy sack of meat bag.
Like, it's
The Snark AI called me a meat bag. I like it.
It's not fair. And there's only really one thing
Flesh
I can
bag?
do.
Something like that.
Go to therapy.
Go to therapy!
For some reason, I'm so scared to go to therapy
Just
for, like, BPD.
stop and go to therapy.
I don't know what it is, but something about it really freaking scares me. And I think it's because it's, like, it's almost as if it's, like, truly confirming. Like,
I think it's because, honestly, I don't know anything about BPD, and as you know, I'm not a mental health professional. I'm simply a survivor of lifetime narcissistic abuse. And I think that although she talks about BPD, we all know that the cluster B diagnoses have traits that they share all the same traits. So whether it's BPD or NPD, the traits are still very similar. And I know when I was dealing with my narcissist, at one point I begged her to go to family therapy so we could figure out how to get along better, because we fought all the time. And she refused. And I could never figure out why. And I know now it's because the narcissist doesn't want to be exposed. And they know that a health professional will be on to them and not buy any of their shit. And that's exactly why she doesn't want to go to therapy.
Amberlynn, you got
In
the
my
BPD.
humble
It's
opinion.
like, yeah, I was diagnosed. I experience BPD things almost daily. I feel it. I'm aware.
So go to therapy.
I'm cognizant of it, and I have to deal with it.
Oh, cognizant.
But it's like going to
Cognizant is a lovely word. I quite like it. I use it a lot. It's a big word for Amber. She must have learned that from Emily.
therapy for it, like having to like stare at it, talk about it. It's just surreal, and it's not something I want to do.
No, of course
not
you
something
don't.
I want to experience, but it's like that doesn't matter. It's
Go.
something that I have to do.
Yes, go.
And I'm not sure when I'm going to be doing it, but it has to happen because I don't know. Is this seasonal depression?
No.
I don't know. Mental health is like, it's one of those things where it's like,
No, it's not.
It's not always understood. And I'm telling you guys, I have had some breakdowns, like true breakdowns.
we know.
And this is exactly how I felt.
You live your whole life having breakdowns, and then you write about it in your journal, and then you're okay because you eat something, and somebody falls in love with you, and you're all right, and then you eat and you cry. That's your life. We know. You had the breakdowns. Guys, I gotta speed her up some more because she's starting to lose me. Excuse me.
A year ago. Like, I don't know if it's like the change in weather, because there is a such thing as like seasonal depression.
Yes.
I don't know if that's like what's happening to me. I don't know. I know that like I don't want to be medicated. I don't want to be medicated.
She thinks seasonal depression happens when the leaves change. It's about the amount of sunlight you get on a daily basis, Amber. It's not about the leaves falling. It doesn't actually, oh, it's clicked over from fall to winter, that means I have seasonal depression. You're an idiot. You're such an idiot.
I was medicated for majority of my life, again, because in foster care, like I was diagnosed with depression at the age of 9 and put on Prozac. Like, that's crazy. Like, 9-year-olds should not ever have to deal with that. So I've been in and out of medicine my whole
you're a
life,
victim,
and I was
we know.
taking Lamictal for 5 years because I was diagnosed bipolar years and years ago. So I was taking Lamictal for that, and I don't ever want to be put on medicine. So it's like with BPD and seasonal depression, like I know some people take meds for seasonal depression.
Oh, so
I get
now
that.
she's diagnosed.
Me, I kind of just like wing it.
She just went from musing about what seasonal depression is to diagnosing herself in the space of a paragraph. Now she claims she has seasonal depression.
And instead of like complaining about it, I just disappeared because I knew that's what was gonna happen. I was gonna come on here and be like, I'm so fucking happy with Tommy, but I'm depressed because I am going through a depression that I seem to go through every single year. And then with BPD, it's like there are medicines that can like help with like your mood. Like there's nothing that can like heal a BPD. Like you're not gonna like be healed with medicine. It's not gonna happen. I will say that like Lamictal did help.
Stop talking like a fucking expert. You haven't even gone to therapy for this. You claim you were diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, and since then, you stopped therapy and you continue to not do anything about it. So you cannot, that means, Amber, you can't sit on your YouTube channel and talk like some kind of goddamn expert who knows exactly what the medication's gonna do because you've never taken this medication or gone to therapy for this problem. So stop espousing knowledge that you don't have, okay? You're spreading knowledge that you don't have.
With my BPD as well. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't want to be medicated, and I think that's a personal choice, and that's okay. So it's easier for me to say I don't want to be medicated, so I don't have the what am I gonna say? I don't have the option to complain, which I really do. It's like it's no one's fault that they have mental illness. It's no one's fault, and I think that being medicated should be an option because that is serious, and I don't like.
So she thinks because she chooses to not go to therapy and not be on medication, she's still allowed to complain about BPD all the time, guys. It's okay because it's not fair that she has it. What color is the sky in your world, Amber? What color is the sky in your world? What's wrong with you? It's like if somebody was hit by a car and was lying there with the compound fracture and a bone sticking out, laying on the ground going, I refuse to call, don't call the ambulance, I'm just gonna lay here, but I'm gonna complain about how much it hurts all day. Oh my God, I'm in so much pain, don't call any help. I don't want help. Oh my God, look at how much pain I'm in, don't call any help. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
But what I do have an option is therapy. So with BPD, therapy can very much be the main thing that helps with people with BPD. It's DBT therapy. I need to do it. Everyone and their mom and their uncle recommend it to me, and I need to just
fresh and fun. Do it.
But I want you guys to know that like I haven't been not uploading because I'm lazy or because I don't care about you guys or because of anything like that.
Yeah, you have.
It started as like, okay, I'm gonna spend some time with Tommy. Even though in the back of my mind, like I slowly felt this depression coming, and it happens every year. I have to be like very cognizant of that. I have to like say that because a lot of people are like blaming Tommy for my like lack of uploads. No, she has been so supportive, and she's just like, she understands that I need a break, but she's also like very encouraging when it comes to like things that I enjoy and love. And she knows I love YouTube, and she's like, you know, upload when you want, but she's always like giving me cute little ideas. Like we want to do the, y'all, I gathered so many questions for you guys.
No. Oh my God, no, what's left to ask you? Are you fucking insane? What the hell? There's thousands of cards there. Please, God, they don't have questions. I think she's just bought these and hasn't unpacked them yet. But she has questions pending for this. No. She should be in the, somebody contact Guinness, because I think this is a woman who has answered more questions about herself than any human on the planet Earth. She just went through 5 non-stop days of non-stop questions on Instagram. Non-stop! And now she's got 7,000 new cards for questions. I can't go through that again.
And I like to physically write, so I gathered so many questions from you guys for me and Tommy to answer, so that's something that's still like up in the air. At first I was like, I don't want to do this. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, Amazon was delivered.
I heard one dog there. Did you hear Twinkie? Because I didn't hear any chihuahua barking. I heard one large dog there. And if one dog's barking, doesn't usually the other dogs in the house join them usually? Like if somebody's at the door, wouldn't Twinkie also then go and bark? Because isn't that what Twinkie generally does, even at home? Interesting. Let's listen for Twinkie here.
And I like to physically write, so I gathered so many questions from you guys for me and Tommy to answer, so that's something that's still like up in the air. At first I was like, I don't want to do this. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Amazon was delivered. What was I saying? So I got these so I could write down your guys' questions so Tommy and I could like pick them out randomly.
Where's Twinkie? Where's Twinkie? Can you just show us proof of life? Like Twinkie holding the newspaper for today's date or something? Because we're getting concerned.
so they weren't in like any specific order. We were gonna like make it a series maybe, or do it all in one video, but the video would be like hours long, I feel like, because there's a lot of questions, you guys. So many. So we went through phases where we're like, yeah, let's do this. And then I was like, no. And then she was like, no. And then we were like, yeah. And now we're kind of currently at the stage of like, sure, why not?
No.
So there are a lot of questions.
Why?
So it's like, why did I even bring this up? I forget. Oh my god, the Amazon guy distracted me. What was I saying? Okay, I remember now. It's because some of you are blaming Tommy for me not uploading when no, it's like the complete opposite. Like she's super supportive and like whatever I do, and she's just super sweet and amazing.
No,
so yeah.
I can't do any more questions. Can't you go out somewhere, Amber? Remember when you were going to the bar? Can you go out to the bar again? I can't. More questions. I just can't with this.
This is for that. So I'm gonna write the questions on here and then like fold them up and like I want to put them in like a clear vase. I think it'll look really pretty with like the colors. And you guys can tell me there's so many questions.
Fucking hand movements get me every time.
But I don't know. Like I need to do my job. I need to come on here. I need to be myself. I need to be myself. Like I need to be myself. This is me. Like I grew popularity in being myself. I have lessened in popularity by watering down who I am.
No.
That's eye-opening.
No. You've lessened your popularity by no longer having anybody on camera with you, because it's very hard to hold the camera with as one person. I couldn't do like a live stream without streaming something or reacting to something. People don't want to sit and listen to me talk for 2 hours, but that's all you do is you turn on the camera and talk about yourself, right? But you could do some other stuff, like do anything. Literally at this point, anything.
Amberlynn that like has more personality and like shows more of like her vulnerable side and like isn't afraid to be like, yeah, this is me.
No, all you did is show your vulnerable side. You put the stupid camera in your face and cried for 2 damn years. But what you did is you moved away from Eric and Ricky's house where there was people and other things going on for people to invest in. And then you brought Feline in and she wouldn't go on camera. So there was no interaction. And that's when you're at your best, is when there's interaction with other human beings, and you haven't had that in years, so that's why you're boring
like
now.
That Amberlynn is the Amberlynn that people came here for. I'm gonna go ahead and assume. As much as people like to talk shit and say what they gotta say, which is a lot, deep down it's like you're here for a reason, I'm assuming. So I don't know. Like anyway,
I'm starting to think that she does a lot, like I think she does these stupid hand gestures a lot because she can't move her body, like she can't be physically expressive because she can't move, right? Like she's just a huge lot of human being, but like doing all these little things is kind of expressive. I don't know. It's a new theory. You can buy it or not. Just think it out loud.
TikTok and an Instagram of calling myself like a fat squirrel because the sound went viral because this lady on TikTok really was like filming a squirrel saying, look at this morbidly obese squirrel. Like it's literally so funny. And TikTok and Instagram thought that I was bullying myself. So they took it down because they were like, you're bullying. And I was like, no, I'm not. It's just so funny. And like so many people have used that sound because the original has 8.1 million likes. So many people have used that sound and they're not getting their stuff taken down, but they took down mine because they thought that I was bullying myself. And I had to like reach out and be like, I'm not bullying myself. Like I did like a little appeal thing, but TikTok still was like, no, you're bullying. And I'm like, girl, who am I bullying? Like, I just thought it was so funny and cute. Like, I was scrolling the TikTok and when I saw that squirrel and I heard the sound, I was like, that is genuinely, like, that made me laugh. I was like, I need that, like, laugh.
What is really, it really wasn't that funny. There's a woman talking about a super morbidly obese squirrel. And I think she, okay, so you're in on the joke? I don't know, was that funny to call yourself super morbidly obese? Okay.
After, so then you guys know me, like I'm like a comedic girly, like a troll. Like that's funny. Like to me, that's funny. That's lighthearted, in my opinion. It's funny to me. Like sometimes you got to take a dark situation and you got to make it funny. I have been so depressed. I have been.
How about maybe try just losing some weight? Sometimes, just lose some weight instead of trying to make it work. It's like it's stupid logic. I'm 600 pounds, can't do a damn thing about it. Might as well laugh. And those chips. Hand me some more chips.
Self-loathing. After time of like finding myself and loving myself, but it's like mental illness, folks. Mental illness. It's not fun. By the way, my bra, like this is so hexagona. My bra has a little like lump right here, and you guys want to know why? I'll take my phone and I'll be like, oh, fuck a purse, fuck a pocket. Like most of my dresses have pockets. Fuck a pocket, and I'll stick it right here, and it's like in the same designated area, and I've had this ball for so long, so it's like literally my phone has made a lump right there. So
literally? Also, don't do that. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Why would you want to make yourself look lumpier? You have plenty of lumps. You don't need to help.
Random facts. All right, you guys. So I don't really know what the point of this video was, but I just needed to get a little bit off of my chest. Just a little bit. There's more there, trust me, and you guys will be hearing more about it. I need to be myself to the best of my ability. I will still have a wall up. I'm still going to have a wall up. There is a lot that has happened in my 11 years on YouTube that has made me like take steps back, lots of steps back. Like I'll take 1 step forward, 5 steps back. And right now we're gonna take a couple steps forward and we're gonna try to stay there for a little bit. I'm done rambling. I'm gonna go open my Amazon package. I think it's a new perfume. Love me a perfume. It's actually not a new one.
How is it perfume? You brought 5 bottles. You've only been... Does she go through a bottle of perfume a week? Oh my god, she must stink like perfume so bad. I never considered the fact that she probably really overuses perfume. God, I don't like a lot of perfume. You know, for me, perfume should be something that is smelt when somebody's intimately close to you. And they get a gentle whiff that just pleases the nose, you know, that reminds them of you. It shouldn't be, for me, a cloud that surrounds you that when you walk in the room, people smell your perfume. And I would suspect if she's going through a bottle of perfume a week, oh my god.
Completely. I mean, it's a new perfume, but it's a perfume that I just recently emptied. And I was like, this is one of my favorite perfumes. It's like Ambery Vanilla or something like that by Dossier. I could be so wrong. But it's like one of my favorite perfumes. And I'm telling you, so I used it all. And I said, your girl needs to order another one. So that came in the mail and I'm super excited. Anyways, I'm done rambling. I love you guys. And thank you guys for being like super kind. There's so many of you who are like, Amberlynn, take your time. You owe us nothing. So thank you to those who are patient with me. I greatly appreciate that. And I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Well, she loves us? I don't know, that was a 20-minute video for her to... I don't know, what was she telling us? Basically that even though she's in love and happy, she took time off because she's depressed and we're supposed to understand that. I guess that was what she said? That was a real long video that said really not much of anything. I will say she looks bad. Girl is not looking healthy at all. It's not just about the weight, it's the pallor of her skin. She just doesn't look good. She just doesn't look healthy. Is this the beginning of the end for her? Is maybe a little bit of that Teflon coating going to start to peel off? I don't know, but what I can say is, Amber, please go to fucking therapy and get on medication. Whether you I don't really like it. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. If you're going to claim severe mental health disorders, then you have to suck it up and take the medication that helps. You don't have to, but we'd like you to. How about that? Anyway, I'm really glad that Rio joined us, even though he turned his back on us halfway through because he can't with her anymore. I'm not sure how we can. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining me at this look at Amberlynn's latest upload. Is she going to keep on a schedule? Are we going to see her again soon? Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. In the Amberverse, we're just here for the ride. Thank you for riding with me today. If you liked the video, click like, subscribe, grab a membership, do all those YouTube-y things. And I can't wait to see you at the live stream on Wednesday. And until we meet again, you know the routine, just be kind. And hasta luego.